Hey, what's up, guys? It's me again, and welcome back to my channel, Mayta. What ifs? Today I am back with a new story. The name of the story is "What if Naruto was abandoned son of Artemis?" And yeah, guys, it is a dark story and my own idea. Now, before continuing this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my Pologia channel as well. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins in the modern world, in Japan, where we see deep in the hidden woods was something that was stirring, as we see huge amount of footsteps could be heard, as they were stomping and dashing at faster pace, as suddenly a whizzing sound that teared through the air itself appeared and slashed through an animal on the ground, and out came a woman with burned hair and white eyes like moon, and she had a moon crescent as well and a bow in her hand, and immediately surrounding her were her allies, her huntresses, her followers. Lady Artemis. Success again, as usual. Of course, Zoe. Take care of the rest and set up the camp here. We'll be camping here for the time being. As Artemis' bow disappeared, as she began to walk, my lady, where are you going? I'm going to take a look around. After all, it is been a quite long time since we arrived here in the Shinto region. That is true indeed. As now we see, Artemis was Greek goddess of hunt as well as maidens, an eternal maiden who vowed to never have a child as well as have a lover or marriage partner. She remained a maiden forever, a prideful woman in her own right, as currently she was walking throughout the nature, enjoying its serenity because here it was protected somewhat. Not like where the current Olympus resided. It was a huge concrete jungle, if anything else. While walking, something happened. Something that was none other than divine intervention, as suddenly Artemis screamed, as there was a glow surrounding her body, and when it died down, she had a huge bump on her stomach. Hearing her scream, Zoe Nightshade, her lieutenant, arrived. My lady, I heard you screaming. Is something wrong? As suddenly her eyes widened. By the gods. What happened, my lady? I I don't know, said Artemis, equally shocked as well. As now we see, both of them returned to their camp, as the hunters were murmuring amongst themselves. Who did this to their goddess? They will make him pay, whoever he was. How could this happen, my lady? Asked Zoe, as everyone watched in silence. I do not know, Zoe. If anything, it could have been a divine intervention. A divine intervention, but you are pregnant, my lady. Who could have wanted this much divine intervention? You are an eternal maiden. I know that. Should we go and talk about this to Lord Apollo, or maybe no? We will not talk about this to anyone. I am a goddess of birth and childbirth at that. Sooner or later the child will be born, and then I will decide what to do. As now we see, for a few months Artemis was free because there was no meeting or winter solstice coming nearby. And because taking the advantage of that, they stayed in Japan, far away from the influence of, well, Apollo as well as of Mount Olympus. As the time progressed, Artemis began to feel the pain of labor, and soon she gave birth, but she was not pleased. It was a boy with her skin tone and blonde hair, and he had blue eyes at that. The boy looked almost nothing like her, aside from a little bit of facial resemblance. My lady, he is a boy, said Zoe Nightshade with a little bit of venom in her voice. That it may be, but he is still a young one. What are you suggesting, my lady? Are you suggesting that he is allowed to be raised in the hunt? No. I am suggesting that I did not give birth to anything at all. There was no child of mine that was born. As Zoe's eyes widened, my lady, are you suggesting that Some secrets are left, better buried, and this one, it should never see the light of day. And so Artemis gave Zoe the child. Take him somewhere far. Nobody would be able to find him. Nobody. And so that is what happened. Zoe arrived deep into the forest, far away from everyone, where she left the child, who began to cry, but his cries fell on deafening ears. As now we see, Artemis and her hunters disappeared forever. Now, by some twist of fate, or fates, the child was found by an old woman named Tsunade, and she took the child in. She had lost everyone. Her son, her grandson, all of them had died. She had no family, and right now she was able to found a child who was in need of someone as she was in need of someone as well. Both found one another, and she adopted the child. Time passed as now we see a 5-year-old Naruto playing inside the rural area of Japan inside a small village where he, alongside his Bachan Tsunade, lived. As Tsunade, the woman, has named the said child Naruto after her own dead grandson, and now she was the happiest. The boy was a little bit mischievous, but most of the time he was quite obedient and quite happy. And most of all, he was her grandson, someone worth living for. But for little Naruto, it was about to turn into a worse nightmare, because the monsters, they have gotten his scent, and they were able to track him. And once they did, Tsunade died. And Naruto became so wounded that he was close to dying out as well, until something divine that even was felt throughout the whole of the Mount Olympus by each and every god and goddess felt intervened, and the child disappeared. In the wounded state, being broken, at the verge of tears. As now we see, the child was healed in a black void. As Naruto opened his eyes, he was shocked and scared because there was nothing. Eternal darkness, stars and sky. The whole cosmos in front of him. What? Where? How is... Where am I? How is this possible? Fear not, child, said a voice. A voice that was calm yet demanding. Who are you? I am the one who created you. I am Kami-sama? Yes, someone akin to that. As now we see, that is when the 3 old ladies arrived. Chaos, our liege, we are here to serve you as the weavers of destiny. Take care of this young one, he is special. Olympus shall fall by his hand. But my liege, wasn't this the one who was supposed to save it? No longer it matters. The goddess has disregarded my gift. The child has almost died, and the woman who raised her, my Bachan, please. She is to be treated as a deity now, a deity of kindness, and she is to be brought to the Elysium. That will be done, my lord. Come, young hero. There is a lot to discuss. Go on, young one. Your destiny awaits you, said the ancient voice as Naruto gulped. The 5-year-old child then left with the fates. As this was going on, back on Mount Olympus, things were quite different. Zeus, the paranoid god and king of gods at that, was currently calling for a meeting. You all sensed it. Who was it? It was Chaos, brother, said Poseidon. We all know. Chaos has only stirred once before, once, and that was when we won the Titan Marquis. The Titans were being thrown over, and Chaos approved of this, approved of Olympus when we founded it. I know. And yet it has stirred again. I am the king of gods. I rule over everything. Chaos should not intervene. As soon as the Olympus was founded, I, declared myself to be the one and only true king of gods. But it is something that is older, husband. A primordial that is even older than the others primordials. And it has created life, even us. I do not care of such things, Hera. What I do care about is why it awoken. As Artemis, out of curiosity, then asked, where was it sensed even? It came from, as Apollo then said, it came from the Shinto region, near a secluded valley. As Artemis's breath hitched, could it be? Could it be a connection? No, it couldn't have been. Zoe made sure that the child was in a place where he would meet his end soon, and her secret will be forever buried. As Athena, ever the thinker, then said, we must ask the fates. My daughter is right, said Zeus. I shall ask the fates themselves. As now we see, the fates arrived on the call of the Zeus. Fates, you have some explaining to do. We do not explain anything to you, Zeus. You are not the one who has control over us. We control the fates of everyone, including yours. And currently, the only thing we can tell you is your destiny has been woven. A gift has been sent by divine intervention. It had been rejected. The fate's gaze traveled from all the way across the gods to Artemis as she flinched before returning back to Zeus. One of you had rejected the gift, wanted it to be buried. Now chaos itself has intervened at the verge of its death. And it is not pleased with what you have done. So what? Chaos thinks it can do whatever it wants with us? I am the king of gods. I rule over everything. You do not rule over the life itself. You were created once as well, Zeus. Do not forget that. Do not enrage the chaos more than it already is, or it will destroy everything. You think I fear chaos? Zeus, I think... Shut up, Poseidon. I am the king of gods, not you. As Face then said, then be it. Be what you ever want to be. But remember, you will fail. Much worse, son of Kronos. And with that the fates left, before lightning could strike them. As Zeus gritted his teeth, they have the audacity to call me that. Who was it? Who denied the gift from chaos? And what is this blasphemy about our fates being sealed? Father, can't you see? No, I can't, Apollo. You are the prophecy god. See for the prophecy that what will happen. Fine, I guess. I will check if you want me to, but please calm down, Dad. And so, Apollo then checked, and what he found made his heart drop. What did you see? What did you see, Apollo? I'm not going to ask the third time. Let me catch my breath, please, said Apollo, being extremely serious, and that ticked off even Zeus. Olympus is going to be done for. Chaos has chosen for us to be erased. And would it succeed? Of course it would. The champion it has chosen is someone who shouldn't have been born, and yet was a gift for us, for our prosperity, for our better future, but yet it was rejected, thrown away, abandoned. It is going to turn on us now, because chaos seems it fit. It is done with us. It is done with you, Zeus. You have doomed us all as the king of gods, yelled out Apollo. I have done no such thing, boy. You will watch your tone with me. This meeting is at the end. As everyone left, Artemis was about to leave until Apollo grabbed her by the wrist. Come to my temple this immediately, sister. And so both of them arrived. As Apollo, after letting go of her hand, glared at her hardly. What have you done, Artemis? What have you done? You saw it. Yes. Your son, Naruto, my nephew, he has suffered a huge, terrible fate, an accident. Bless that woman, Tsunade. If it wasn't for her, he would have died. You left a baby Your own son, your own flesh and blood left to die, Artemis. I was supposed to be a maiden goddess, Apollo. Forever eternal maiden. It was a blessing. He was born from your own power, your own essence. Nobody had divine intervention aside from chaos allowing it to happen. What? Yes, you threw away your own son. And that boy, he is in the hands of chaos as well as fierce right now. And he is being prepared, and he knows everything now. His goal is only one and simple: destroy and take everything away from us, including you. I will not allow such a thing to happen. I regret what I had done to him, but if he is choosing his path as it is, so will I. You do not understand, Artemis. This is something that I cannot reverse. There is no prophecy else aside from the second sea. No matter how much I try to see a different angle of this prophecy. We are done. We are simply done. While on the other side, Naruto was already being prepared, trained by Chaos, and even blessed with weapons such as the Blades of Chaos themselves, but fueled by the power of Chaos, not by the rage of Ares. And they were the true Blades of Chaos, not the one that Ares had created. They were black, with blood-like veins around them. And they also had chains, and Naruto was training with them. And so, once the story began of Percy Jackson, where the lightning bolt got stolen, Naruto arrived at the Yancy Academy. And he, getting near Percy as well as Grover, was able to infiltrate Camp of Blood. And there, he remained at the Hermes cabin, from which he met Luke, who welcomed him and allowed him to join his side. And so Naruto did. After joining the sides with Luke, Naruto was able to infiltrate Lady Ermoda, the boat in which, well, Kronos remains laid as well as the monsters resided. Naruto worked amongst them, with them against the Olympians, until he was able to find a way to awaken the Titan. And leading them, he was able to invade Olympus itself. And there, for the first time since the battle had started, at the age of 19, Naruto was able to come face to face during the battle with only one woman he wanted to meet. His mother. "Hello, mother," said Naruto as his blades landed in front of her, causing her bow to be shattered and her arrows to be destroyed. Thalia, the current lieutenant of Artemis since Zoe had died alongside the rest, were surrounding him. As Naruto stood in front of her, his eyes, which were blue, were now complete, filled with void, which had cosmic energy coming out of it. "Son, I am no son of yours. You abandoned me, left me for dead. My mother is chaos. Her will is my destiny. I will fulfill it." Using the blades of chaos, Naruto began to take down all of the hunters, swinging it left and right as black aura surrounded it, and its gut erased them from very existence. No soul of their remains. And Naruto cut it off both of the arms of Artemis at that, causing her to scream in agony. And Apollo charged in, but only for his neck to be cleaved off with a single blade strike. And then the other gods, one by one, began to charge, because this mortal child has slayed two of the gods. Athena was the next. Using her own spear against her, Naruto jumped and teared her in half. One by one, the gods began to fall. The most brutal end was met by Ares when Naruto literally yanked out his neck from his body, separating it with brute force alone, showing the war god what true war felt like. One by one, the Greek pantheon shook as it began to be erased, destroyed. No one was spared, except for Hestia, who bowed down alongside with Demeter to be forgiven. And fates deemed them not necessary enough to kill, so they were the only ones that were spared alongside their demigod children, and Persephone as well. Hades too was not spared. And finally, Zeus too was killed, stabbed with both blades straight through his heart, killing him. His lightning bolt cylinder falling to the ground as lightning disappeared, as cracks appeared, and he died. As Naruto then turned towards his mother, who was armless and yet in agony. You have destroyed your home. It is now my home. You abandoned me into the woods. If it wasn't for the grandmother of mine, who founded me and raised me like a mother, I would have died. And you, being my own blood mother, had left me to die. So you get no say in this, Artemis. You get no say, as that is when the fates arrived. You are not to kill her, son, said the fates. Why, fates? I thought the chaos would grant me my revenge. It has granted you your revenge. The Olympus has fallen. There is no more need for you to fight. Let her live. She will be an immortal, living armless and in agony for the rest of her life, without her hunt, without the rest of her companions, her friends, her family members, knowing only guilt, pain, and hurt. That is the destiny chosen by chaos and the perfect punishment. Do you see it fit? Yes. No, please, don't do this, son. I'm no son of yours. You abandoned me, remember? And I am abandoning you now. Get lost, said Naruto, as he turned and returned back to chaos. The world of the demigods and the era of the Mount Olympus and Olympian gods was over. Centuries passed, the civilization built itself to the future, started a war, destroyed and restarted itself, as Hestia and Demeter, alongside with, Persephone, remained far, far away from Artemis, because even Hestia didn't have the heart to forgive Artemis for what she had done that has led to the death of so many of her siblings, her family members, and even of those demigods who hadn't done anything. Why? Because she was arrogant. Because her arrogance had destroyed everything, costing them a lot. And now Artemis forever, bare feet, would travel this world armless, in search for peace, peace that she would never find, till the end of time itself. And as for the Titans, they, as soon as the job was done, was sealed far, far away by chaos itself, so that they could not interrupt the balance that chaos itself has now created into this world. And as for Naruto, he was in a heaven where the deity of kindness, his mother, Tsunade, awaited him. And, he remained next to her, with her, till the end of time. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the story of, guys. I know it's quite short, but yeah, I wanted the story to be to the point and not add left and right stuff into it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. As this is it for the day, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.